All right. All righty. Okay. All righty. Okay. I just got back from the grocery store. I have a question, okay? I have a question. Now, before we talk about anything, okay, this is going to sound like really bad, all right? This is going to sound like a stereotype, but I know it's true. There's a lot of people that are Spurs fans that are of the Hispanic ethnicity, right? And I want to ask you guys something. If you know, if you don't, it's totally fine. It's going to sound really bad, okay? I promise I'm not trying to. Okay. Anyways, so I'm making carnitas. I make carnitas a lot, and I try to make them at home. I try to do a low carb or whatever. But like, I bought this. Did I waste my money on this? And does anyone know about this? So I went to the Mexican section. San Antonio's major Hispanics. Yeah. So I went to Carnitas Yum. Yeah. So I went to the Mexican section. And anyone know anything about this? Was this a stupid buy? Because I could have just got sour cream. But then I said, whoa, sour cream with cilantro and lime. And then after I checked out, I was like, wait. I was going to put cilantro and lime in it anyway. Mexican section? Oh, God. Is it not called that? This is Mexican style. Everything was Mexican over there. I thought that's what the section's called. But, was this a stupid purchase? I just want to know if anyone's tried it. Good brand? Okay. All right. That's promising. Yeah, cilantro tastes like soap to some people. Yeah, I know. Not for me. Luckily, I was born with the good genes. All right. The brand is legit. Not sure about the flavor though. Usually plain sour cream. Well, I have a little bit of plain sour cream in the fridge, and I saw this and I was like, this might change the whole game. Okay, so everyone, no one told me this is a stupid purchase yet. Everyone's basically like, yeah, this is at least a good brand. Okay, well, I don't feel that bad about my purchase now. It was like $4. All right, Nixa, I cannot have you trying to jump up here all day, okay? I will put you in your backpack. She has a cat backpack. My wife used that brand. Okay. You ever had tofu? Yeah, I don't really like tofu. It don't taste like anything. I heard your cat with the bell. Yeah. Like the ice you got there? Can you see it? I got an ice maker now. I had Coke in it. I drank it pretty fast. Nice jacket, bro. Got it for Christmas. My mom gave me it. Or got me it. Seems like your cat appears when we win. She appears when I'm upset too. Like if I'm ranting and I get really upset, then she appears. Tofu tastes good when you fry with flour. Isn't that everything though? Like doesn't everything taste good when you fry it? Everybody's talking about the last play with Devin. They say that was dumb. It was dumb. It was pretty dumb. You talking about the dunk at the end? It was pretty dumb. It was pretty dumb. It was pretty dumb. You didn't have to do that. You could have just ran it out. But hey, he had the opening. They could have fouled and he could have missed the shot. So it is what it is. I'm going to sleep hearing you. Thank you, I think. What's in the cup? Coke Zero. You look great, Clan, today. I'm about to I don't know, I'm about to pull a wife of 10 years on you. Do I not look good every day? What is that supposed to mean? I'm just kidding. I appreciate it. Clan got that ASMR voice. I know, right? Chris Paul was clutch. Chris Paul has been clutch all season long. What did you say, CJ? All I saw. Oh wait, unpopular take, but Collins did his job concerning the foul trouble he got in. No, Collins did fine. He's just under. We can talk about this game briefly. There was something else that I want to go over. So it's kind of weird because especially when we literally have a game tomorrow, it doesn't really feel great to go over this game. Hold on. I think I have something saved. Yeah. Actually, not only are we going to do this, I probably need to bring this up on another new tab. Yeah. Love the hustle from Collins. Collins did fine. W for the Coke Zero. Dude, Coke Zero, I never understood people that say like diet drinks are bad or whatever, or they taste bad. I guess it's just a matter of you have something for so long and then you get used to that thing and you don't really get it anymore. Or you don't like when the sugar's gone. But honestly, I cannot tell the difference. Especially between Coke Zero and regular Coke, I cannot tell the difference. I don't drink. I don't know when is the last time I've had a soda with actual sugar in it. I don't know. It's been years. I mean, last time might have been literally been high school. I mean, years ago. I just don't have. Is that how you stay shredded, clan? I literally have not been to the gym in 2 weeks. I have been eating horribly. I feel out of shape. I feel awful. So tomorrow I'll be going back to the gym. And yeah, I feel awful. This is not a good feeling I have. Sorry. I know I'm yapping. I'm trying to bring something up. We'll talk about the game in a minute. Let me see if I can find the other one here. It's going to take a little minute, but that's okay. See, we're in May now here. I'm just going to let it auto scroll. Good defense tonight. Low scoring night for the Nuggets. Our defense is always top tier. Nuggets defense, I did not realize, because I haven't been watching Nuggets games, I did not realize how bad their defense is. It was literally like, man, we could get whatever we wanted. If we were aggressive enough, we would get whatever we wanted. All right, this is, oh, okay. Oop, I skipped it then. Let's see here. We need January. And January 19th, January 3rd. Let's go down. January 12th. January 5th. Here we go. All right. So we'll take a look at that later. So let's go ahead and bring up this game. Spurs, ESPN, baby. No Sohan, no problem. Yes, great defense. Keep it going. Spurs, love the Westbrook Wemby back and forth. Yeah, that was healthy competition, I think. That was healthy. Westbrook was giving some hard fouls. Westbrook never been a player that I found dirty, but he was giving Wemby some hard fouls. What a dub. Clan, my 44th birthday is on the 10th. Going to the Flaker game. That's pretty cool. Make sure, I told somebody this before. I don't think it was you. So hold up a sign. It says, "Hey, Clan, the Spurs fan," or something. Do that. I would love for someone to do that. You would make my day. You would make my life. That would be so awesome. I would show everybody that. Real talk. Westbrook sounded like an old man when he asked Wemby what. Yeah, he was like, "What? What? What?" Oh, let's see here. All right. This game. My God, this game. Wait, actually, you know what? Hold on. Give me a millisecond. We're gonna do actually I'm gonna combine the two. We literally have a game tomorrow, so you know it's not everybody watches these live streams, and it's not fair to them to not be able to see any of it, or you know, not want to skim through it. So I'm going to combine the two segments. Why not? All right. Okay, guys, this game, what the heck? All right. What the heck? All right, so I think it's time for the NBA to really consider evaluating Wemby. All right, evaluate Wemby as soon as possible, because he has definitely been on some substances. All right, there's no way there's a human this good. He has been on substances. I can't support it. I can no longer be a Spurs fan. This is not the Spurs way. It is time for Adam Silver to investigate the San Antonio Spurs. It's absolutely time. They need to investigate Wemby. They need to investigate Devin Vassell tonight. They need to investigate the entire team. I did not like what I saw last night. What I saw tonight. It was terrible. Terrible. Unethical, really, if we're being honest. So let's talk about this game. Shout out to today's sponsor. We'll talk about the sponsor, BetUS. And then I want to show you guys a comparison between what the Spurs looked like last season versus this season. We'll do that after. He said no substance. He's just not human. No, he's on substances, man. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. This is just unethical, man. All right, so where do I start? So the beginning of the game, first thing I said, and I tweeted out as well, I felt as if the Denver Nuggets effort wasn't necessarily there. Now, I'll be completely transparent with you guys in saying that I have not watched a lot of Denver Nuggets games. Actually, I might have seen one Denver Nugget game this year. I have not paid attention to them whatsoever. And I think most of you guys probably haven't either. But I do know Westbrook has been having a pretty good season. He's found his place with Denver, and that's really nice. That's nice to see. And he definitely looks better with them than he has in his previous teams or recent teams. So I'm actually happy for him in that regard. But as far as my knowledge on the Denver Nuggets this season, I haven't paid attention. So let me go ahead and make that clear. But with that being said, I do want to say that at the beginning of this game, I didn't feel like the Denver Nuggets effort was there. Like I felt like the Spurs came out the gate hot, fighting. Even though you can see here the Spurs had 32 to Denver's 30, the Spurs absolutely controlled the pace. They controlled everything. And Denver Nuggets just felt as if they were slugging behind. It was definitely apparent. So I was assuming, I assumed that the Denver Nuggets would get it together. They would wake up in the second half, and boy, oh boy, did they. Almost 40 points in the third quarter. This is not something that I'm worried about, because the Spurs have shown over the course of the last couple seasons that the second half team, well, not the couple seasons, I'm sorry, this season, the duration of this season, that second half, they get it together, right? They make adjustments, they do their thing. It's been the first quarters that I've been worried about. But fortunately for us, the Spurs have been coming in with a different mindset. They've been pretty aggressive, and they've done a good job. So not necessarily worried about anything there for this game. The only thing I want to point out was the Denver Nuggets was definitely not showing full effort. So this next game, I expect to see a very energized Denver team. But the fact that the Spurs were able to get or take care of business on the road is huge, because everyone knows playing in Colorado is a little bit more difficult, right? it's a little bit more difficult. So I'm really happy with this win. I'm glad that they were able to pull out of it, and also they're kind of proving or showing that they do have a place here in that conversation as far as play-in or trying to make the playoffs. They definitely have a spot at the table. Now I'll stick by what I said. I think the Spurs win 44 games. I don't necessarily think we make the playoffs, but they're definitely right there. They are going to be fighting to the end as long as this team is together and we can stay healthy. We need this guy. Oh wait, that's my cilantro line. Hold on. We need this guy right here. This guy, this little fella. We need him to stay healthy as well. But yeah. So, anyways, but overall, I thought that as a team, just effort-wise, the Spurs were there. They did a really good job. They need cilantro? Yes, they need cilantro and lime. He's on vacation? Who's on vacation? Don't distract me. Will Wemby play tomorrow? Why wouldn't Wemby play tomorrow? Can someone tell me why Kay said that? I swear, dude. Why wouldn't he play tomorrow? He's definitely playing. It's his birthday. Oh, it's his birthday tomorrow? Sean Elliott's on vacay? I'm happy because I thought Danny Green did a better job. Sean Elliott is great, but I thought Danny Green did a pretty good job today. He's just asking. Oh, okay. Whew. All right, don't scare me like that. Today is his birthday. That's why you're saying, okay, no, it's just back-to-back. He's been playing back-to-backs. Wemby be fine. He should play. There's no reason Wemby shouldn't play. Anyways. All right, so as a team, we did good. So individually, how did everyone do? Honestly, a lot of mistakes. From the person that I said is on substances. Victor Wembanyama had 8 turnovers. And I got to tell you, man, there's nothing. It was all him. It was all him. It was all Victor Wembanyama. Every single turnover was his fault. It wasn't one of those situations where, I thought, oh my God, you should have made that cut, or Wemby saw this and he saw it. No, Wemby just really struggled at times, which it's a lot of attention on him. We all know this. Let's just be honest. It's pretty easy to move Wemby off of his spots. And even with that, even with him having 8 turnovers, this is what's crazy, guys. Even with him having 8 turnovers, he had a plus 17. He gave 8 turnovers, 5 fouls, and he had a plus 17. What is that? What kind of freak is this? He's a freak. He's like Nosferatu. He's a freak. Now, why'd you do that, Mixa? Why'd you ruin this segment? The segment's ruined forever now because you did that. I can't upload this video. Look at you. Oh, now she just wants to sit on the keyboard. Sorry, guys. I really apologize. Anyways, Victor Wembanyama is an absolute freak. What is this? This is absolutely insane. 35 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks, 8 turnovers, 5 personal fouls, and had a plus 17. And out of everything he did tonight, my favorite play was the assist to Keldon Johnson at the end of the 4th quarter. That was a thing of absolute beauty. Him utilizing his gravity, the amount of players that were worried about Victor Wembanyama scoring in that situation was a thing of beauty. Someone told me this in chat. I just heard this, okay? I didn't actually fact check this, but someone tweeted this to me. They said, "Hey Clan, did you know that Victor Wembanyama reached more threes than Steph Curry did in his career at this point?" Is that true? Doesn't seem like it wouldn't be true. Victor takes like 50 of them a game. Yes, true. Yes. That's kind of crazy. Yes, Wemby has more threes. That's insane. Yeah, it was on social media. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of insane. So I thought Victor took really good shots this game. I don't think that it was too much of anything. The only complaints that we have about Victor Wembanyama at this point are things that he's just not going to be able to change right now, right? He's not going to be able to change these things until the off season. It's going to take an off season for him to actually change it. And that means, putting on a little bit more strength, getting those fundamentals down pack in the post so he can just kind of, he always had the fundamentals, but being able to utilize those fundamentals and not being moved off his spots, that is not things that's going to change during this season. So even with those few limitations that he has, he still manages to be an absolute superstar at 20 years old. I mean, about to be 21, but it's crazy. If he gets too strong, it's going to affect his three. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about him getting too strong. I'm just talking more so like core strength, not being able to just be so easily moved off his spots. I mean, it doesn't take much. It takes a guard, guys. It takes a guard. I mean, we had Russell Westbrook moving Wemby. Like, you're gonna have to build a little bit more strength, and he'll be fine after he does that. Just a little bit more strength. All right. Anyways, so Wemby was great tonight. Even though he had 8 turnovers, that was horrible. But at the same time, he was doing a lot. Anyways, moving on. Chris Paul, he does this a lot, doesn't he? Chris Paul will have a pretty subpar game offensively, scoring wise, not offensively, because offensively he's always putting up a lot of assists. I think he's 6th in the NBA right now in assists. He's always great in that regard. But as far as scoring, it'll be subpar performances, and then he'll hit some clutch shots. Those 3 shots he hit, I swear, I think all of those were in the 4th. Hold on. Fact check myself. I think they were all in the 4th, guys. I can't see anything because my cat's right here. Okay, I think I hit 4th. Oh, she's scrolling it. She's making it scroll. All right, control, find, Chris. That's her. Chris Paul. This game for Trey Jones. All right, let's see here. Let's see if all of his shots came in the 4th. All right, he had assists. Okay, yeah, I was just wrong. He made 2 points. One of them came in the... Oh, no. Yeah, one of them came in the 4th. Were the other 2 in the 3rd? Other 2 might have been in the 3rd. Mikasa. All right. You guys give me 1 mil. Oh my God. Okay, give me 1 millisecond. My apologies. My apologies. Oh, wrong way. Had to put her in her cat backpack. She's in her cat backpack. And I had to move it in here because that's the only way she'll just go to sleep. She'll just be like, okay, I'm going to sleep. But I mean, yeah, she kept messing. She kept messing with the stuff. All right. So control, find Chris Paul. Let's see. Were they all in the... It had to all been the second half. All right, so yeah, he made a jump shot at the end of the 3rd or near the middle of the 3rd, and then he hit a 3-pointer in the 3rd. Okay, so all of it came in the second half. All of it came in the second half. Very impressive. Very impressive. So you love to see it. You love to see it. So Chris Paul was great. He was absolutely great when we needed him. Okay, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Good stuff. So let's just see who stood out. Devin Vassell. So we keep saying this. The magic number is 16 usually for Devin, right? Like we always want him to try to get to that 16 mark. And that takes being aggressive. That takes saying that I am the best possible way to victory. And I thought that he did a good job. I thought he was aggressive getting to the rim. His shooting hasn't been as solid as we're used to. But, shooters got to shoot, right? You need to get to the rim, get some easy stuff so you can eventually knock down those outside shots, sooner rather than later. So I know that there's been a big discussion on whether or not to trade Devin Vassell for De'Aaron Fox. I think that will be the only way to get De'Aaron Fox, but I hope that that's not the case. I hope that that's not the case. That's his story. That's whose story? Anyway, moving on. Let's see. A negative 18 is kind of insane. Kind of insane. But, I mean, his impact was obviously shown. So, there is that. Steph Castle, he did a solid job. Did a good job. Hopefully, we continue to give him minutes. I don't quite understand the immense drop-off in minutes that we've seen from him. Don't really like that. You know, I've told you guys this before, and I know that the Spurs are trying to prioritize playoffs. So if he has a pretty bad performance, they're just going to sit him. But I kind of think you can have a little bit of both, right? I think you can have a little bit of development while also him being our best route to win these games. But Mitch Johnson isn't going to call to you, right? He's not going to sit there and baby you, pacify you or whatever. You know, if you're not playing well, you're not going to play. And that one game in which everyone was upset that Castle only had 8 minutes, he also had 4 turnovers in that game as well. So Mitch Johnson was just like, yeah, we're not going to play you. But hopefully, you know, he can start to get his minutes back. I think he should start. I'm a huge. I think in my opinion, I think that Steph Castle should start, continue to start. And I don't think that Sohan should come off the bench when Sohan gets back. I think Sohan should start. I think either Harrison Barnes or Chris Paul should come off the bench, but I would rather Harrison Barnes come off the bench because I think Chris Paul and Steph Castle play well off of each other. Anyways, Zach Collins, I don't think that it's time for any, because a lot of people in the chat was like, oh, I just want to give Zach Collins his flowers. I don't think anybody has to apologize about Zach Collins. I understand it. I think the only thing about him is he showed that his attitude is on point, right? Like at first I was kind of weirded out this whole season where I was like, what the heck is going on with Zach Collins? It seems like his head isn't in it. It seems like he's not that confident. But you guys, you know, you had some points too. You're like, hey, he's horrible. He's not playing great defense. He's not showing a lot of effort. But I think that more than anything, it's just that we're lacking in that area, right? So it's like he's suitable. And that's what he is right now. He's a suitable backup for the time being. But the Spurs absolutely are going to have to find someone else to fill in that backup center spot because he is just not strong enough. He's just not big enough. He got the fundamentals down, and he hit a pretty big shot in this game as well, right? He had a really nice post-up move and hit a big shot in this game. But, yeah, so I don't think anybody owes him an apology or anything. I don't think it's time for everyone to just, give their flowers. He had a good game. All things considered, he had a fine game. But a lot of it also just came down to Jokic missing shots. I don't mean to be that guy, right? I don't want to be like that. But Jokic, a lot of the shots that he missed, he probably would make on a good night. That's why the Spurs are going to have to be on the point this next game. So, yeah. I mean, he got 15 for 30. So he took 36 shots. Anyways. He still had 41 points. Let's see here. So you got Julian Champagnie. He had a good game. He missed one layup that really frustrated me, but like it's a layup. Everything else he did pretty good. Defense was fine. Keldon, defense is still horrible, but in this game I definitely understood. He's a very contextualized player, right? Like I very much so wanted Keldon Johnson in the game at the end of this one, right? He was making some really good cuts in there. I thought that he played pretty well offensively, and I liked him in the game at the end of this one. But I just don't want it to continue to be like that. You're tripping, bro. No, he was bad defensively, but Keldon did good offensively. He really did. 6 for 14. I mean, I know percentage-wise that's not the best in the world, but he genuinely was pretty solid, I thought. I'm telling you guys, if we lost this game and I said that, no one would argue with me that the defense was bad. But yeah, anyways, he did good. He did fine. Let's see. And then Trey Jones was Trey Jones. Once again, he's very similar to Sohan. You know, his importance don't always show up in the stat sheet, but I thought that he did a solid job at the point guard position. I think it's time we start talking about, maybe not in this segment or anything, but start talking about where the heck do Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley come into play? Under Popovich, they had a spot. They had somewhat of a spot. Under Mitch Johnson, we rarely see them. Like, it is pulling teeth to get those guys to play. And I'm wondering if they're going to have any type of future with the Spurs when it's all said and done. They do not play. Sidi Sissoko, it makes sense, right? Like, he's still under development or whatnot. And I think he does have a spot. You know, at least the Spurs still want to wait and see what they got there. But Blake and Malachi, you kind of know what you got right now, and we are not utilizing them at all. That's not a critique on my part, right? It's not a critique on my part. It's just a observation. I don't know what's going on there. Does anyone have an opinion on that, or are you cool with them not playing? Mamu as well. Yeah, I mean, we already know. I think Wemby even said this too. Like, a lot of players on this team won't be here later, right? He didn't say it that harshly, but they won't be here. So we know that. But geez, Mitch Johnson's like, yeah, I don't see any way. And maybe it comes, okay, so I understand it with Malachi to an extent. The Spurs' identity is defense. Not everybody that plays is a top-tier defender, but that's not going to be the reality, right? You're not going to have a team where all players starting and on the bench are great defenders. But Malachi Branham is a pretty bad defender. So I guess I understand it with him. Blake Wesley, I don't know. I know he makes quite a few weird mistakes at times, but yeah. And at this point, I don't know if they're going to be able to find a rhythm if we do elect to start playing them. It's weird, man. Blake should get minutes, especially during defensive needs. Yeah, that's what I don't quite understand. And with Sohan being out for the time being, I would think we'd be able to utilize Blake Wesley at some point, right? Blake can't shoot. Not everyone, like, you don't have to be able to. Well, I guess I get what you're saying. In the role in which they would need him, he would need to shoot, I guess. Because Castle, even though Castle isn't the best shooter in the world, he's a good enough playmaker and decision maker that you can play him, you know, offensively and not really miss a beat. But with Blake Wesley, he's not the best offensively. So maybe there's that. Castle slashes. He is a good slasher. I'm not willing or ready to give up on Blake Wesley yet. And I still think Malachi has a place in the NBA. I've had the worry for a while with Malachi that he wouldn't be able to fit with what the Spurs need in the future. Because one thing that people don't bring up is the Spurs have used Malachi as just a spot-up three-point shooter. And he actually isn't really that. Like, he's a very good scorer. He's a very good shooter or whatnot. But he's more so a ball handler. And you are more so kind of play through him in a way, right? And with the addition of Steph Castle, and we already have Chris Paul, it doesn't really... He has to just play as a spot-up shooter. And if you're going to be a spot-up shooter, a few guys on our team already got decent defense and already a good 3-and-D, right? Like, you have Julian Champagny, who's basically a 3-and-D. Devin Vassell, you can classify him as a 3-and-D. You know, if he's not scoring on his own, he could just be a 3-and-D player. Harrison Barnes, not the best defense in the world, but, you know, there's that. Chris Paul, underrated defender, I think. He can play that role. Keldon, while Keldon has no defense, I mean, his team defense is terrible. He still does other things on the court, you know, that makes it worthwhile. His energy, his slashing ability, you know, he has certain things that would keep him on the court, even if sometimes he's inconsistent from three. But yeah, Malachi just being a three-point shooter, and that's not even his primary. That's not even his primary attribute. Yeah, it's not pretty. Having to play him with something that he might be just a secondary in. but being like, oh no, that's your role. I don't know. Anyways, all right, I want to show you guys something that I thought that was really interesting. So give me 1 second. Before we do that, really quick, now that the Spurs are being very successful, I want to take a look at BetUS. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment, mind you. So you can bet on so many different things. You got sports as far as basketball, football, ice hockey, baseball, but I want to look at the NBA. So NBA championship, let's see if it's changed at all for the San Antonio Spurs. It has not. It has not changed whatsoever. They don't believe in us at all. And also, I wouldn't encourage you to bet on the San Antonio Spurs. Don't do it. Please don't do that. Okay, don't lose money. But if you wanted to take a risk as far as the Thunder or take a risk as far as the Nuggets or Celtics, it's super easy. You just hit the money line there, and then over here it'll say what the risk is. You put in what your risk, what you want it to be, and it'll show the earnings if that were to happen. So if it is the Spurs, you put $10 in, that's $2,500 that you will win. Don't bet on the Spurs winning the NBA championship. For the love of God, don't blame me for making a terrible bet. However, doing the Celtics or the Thunder or even the Mavericks, I think that's fine. I think that's a safer bet there. So if you guys are interested at all, head on over to BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150. You receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third deposits. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you. So you guys remember the efficiency landscape? It's always posted by Kirk Goldsberry. And what we're looking at here is the one from last season. So let's go ahead and open this into a new tab. And then I'll open this one in a new tab. And I want to show you guys the insane difference from last season to this one. So don't let anyone tell you the Spurs have not improved. So this is just showing the course of 10 games. So this was 10 games leading up to January 5th. And we're going to look at another one that was 10 games leading up to January 3rd. Hold on. Let me make sure it was 3rd. Yeah, 3rd. All right. So 10 games leading up to January 5th. This is where the Spurs were. We were all the way down. Yeah. Yeah, we were one of the worst teams defensively and offensively. So the further you go up is the defensive efficiency. The further you go to the right is the offensive efficiency. And you can see that the Spurs are one of the worst. The only team that's worse than them were the Detroit Pistons, basically. Really terrible. Really bad team leading up to January 5th. Now, the Spurs have completely turned the script. Because here's the new one. And you can see they're ahead of a big chunk of the NBA. As far as defensive efficiency over the course of the last 10 games, they're one of the best. I mean, undoubtedly one of the best. They're better than everybody other than, well, they're neck and neck with the Memphis Grizzlies. Kind of neck and neck with the Houston Rockets. I mean, the only ones that I think have a pretty decent leap on them, it looks like the Knicks and the OKC Thunder. Those are the two that have a big lead on the Spurs, especially the Thunder. But other than that, they're one of the best defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games in the NBA, period. Now, what's most impressive, though, because we knew that they would have, with the addition of Chris Paul and Steph Castle, we knew that we would have a leap in defensive ability. But offensively, they're also one of the best in the NBA over the course of the last 10 games. Not many teams better than them offensively either. You got the Kings, the Pacers. They're right there with the Atlanta Hawks. I don't like that. I need the Atlanta Hawks to do way worse so we can get a good pick. Like I said, Rockets, Memphis, Celtics, Cavs, Knicks, Thunder. Other than that, not many people are better than them offensively right now. You got the Sixers a little bit. Pistons slightly, Isn't that impressive? That is just a huge leap from last season. So the wins, I mean, obviously it's reflected in the wins, the win column, as far as how much better the Spurs are. But even the eye test, tells us that. But if you wanted something set in stone, their efficiency on both ends of the court has improved drastically. And I mean drastically. This is why I don't necessarily understand when certain fans get so upset about the Spurs during this rebuild process, because the Spurs front office has done a phenomenal job in putting a team together that's competent. Now, are we anywhere near a championship? No, not even close. But building championship teams don't happen in just a season or two. But you also don't have this big of a leap this quickly. I don't think that this is quite normal, especially when I've seen other teams in the NBA tank forever and just not get to this point in 5+ years. The fact that the Spurs are already one of the top tier defensive efficiency teams and one of the top offensive teams going into January is really impressive. Like I said, only a 10-game sample size for this. Obviously, if we look at the overall picture, it'll be, a little worse. But yeah, just for comparison's sake, really good stuff. Really good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just saw a comment, and I don't know if you're talking to me. That is not, I don't even know what I said if you're talking to me. That is not true. This team is 1 season away from a championship. How long have you been playing and or watching basketball, bro? I don't think you're talking to me. There's no way you're talking to me. In case you are, the Spurs are not a championship away from winning. What are you talking about? You have no idea what you're talking about, my friend. That's wild to think that the Spurs are a season away from a championship. They're not even a season away from having their team set in stone. They might be a couple seasons away from that. I do think that we're a season away from being a legit playoff team you need to look at. I think that 2 to 3 seasons is reasonable. I think 3 seasons is definitely reasonable. Clan, we are winning this year. Are you talking to me? I have no idea who he's talking to. Talking to a wall. They will get the 6th seed this year. 6th seed. Okay, you were talking to me. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, my man. The Spurs are not a season away. And also, what are you talking about? How long have you been playing or watching basketball? Just be quiet. Hush up. Don't you hate when people do that? All right. Get rid of Collins and bring back Barlow is what y'all are saying. That doesn't help us. Who said that? If someone said that in the chat, that's not a good idea. That doesn't help us. Bringing back Barlow does not fix that problem that we have as that backup center. Talking to his imaginary friend? Probably so. I don't think it would be unreal if they were contending next year, but I feel like 2 years is more realistic. 3 is a safe bet, but I'll stay optimistic with 2. I think they're a playoff team next year for sure. I'll be surprised if they're a playoff team this year. But I mean, it's possible, Clan, you have to believe Spurs are winning the chip. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Oh, maybe he was responding when we were going over the sponsor, and I said, don't bet on the Spurs. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what triggered him. I don't know. Believe, brother, believe. I believe that hold on. Okay, guys, listen. I don't want to be one of those guys like, I'm actually just being a realist. But, okay, at the beginning of the season, most people disagree with me, in which everyone in the chat before said that the Spurs are going to win 35 games. It was like 35. I think we get 35. And the more time went on, I was like, before the season started, I was like, guys, I think we can hit 44. Like, I think this team is going to be 44 wins. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with 44. And people thought that was crazy, but that was optimistic. But now the Spurs are on pace to have 44 wins. And now you guys are saying that I'm crazy for saying that they're not going to make the playoffs. It's just really tough to make playoffs in the West. If we were in the East, I'll say easily we make the playoffs. But I think to make the playoffs in the West, we're probably going to have to be, it's probably going to take more wins than that. I think we are 48-50 win team. That would be crazy. 50 wins would be crazy. Am I tripping or do bro turn 21 in a couple minutes, right? It's my Wemby, yeah. This is Clan's channel. Respect to his authority. Yeah, where's my hold on, hold on. I can't find my hat. Okay, I found it. I found the hat. There we go. There we go. There we go. Respect it. Respect my authority. My channel. There you go. Respect it. Respect it. Anyways. All right. So, yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. I think that the Spurs look great. They look awesome. If we were to make the playoffs, I'm right here for it. I'll cheer just like the rest of us. But as it stands right now, I think that we are way better than we were last season. Not quite there yet. You know, a lot of mistakes, and I think when things get really tight near the end of the season, it might creep up and haunt us a little bit. But at the same time, Wemby is growing. That's the most important thing. And, you know, Steph Castle getting minutes is one of the most important things. You can use Bluetooth headphones on a PlayStation Portable. What do we talk? What? Anyways. Oh, wait. Okay, I'll read this last comment from the person that said that I don't know basketball. It's pick your poison. Chris Paul is the only player in NBA history to have over 12,000 assists and over 20,000 points. He actually is going on 23,000 points. People don't realize what a prolific scorer. What? I cannot wait to come back on here in 2 months, and when we're battling for the 5th and 6th, to hear what you have to say after you see how quickly his team is going to develop in the next 2 months. Brick, you know I'm a Spurs fan, right? I'm a Spurs fan. When you get here, and if that's the case, then I'll be shocked. That's it. I'll just be like, oh, whoa. The Spurs are the 5th seed right now. That's crazy. Good. I'm happy. And the fact that this isn't our team going forward, really, and a lot of these guys are going to be off the team and we're the 5th seed is really impressive. That's all I'll say. What? Oh, thanks for the super chat, man. Duncan, Robinson, Ginobili, Iceman, Leonard, or Parker. Are we going another dynasty if we played in today's NBA all in their primes? Yes. They're that great. That's all I have to say to that. Yeah. Yeah, no, if I'll come back in 2 months, I'm not angry about it. Like, I'm not like, you guys are so stupid to think that the Spurs. I just don't think they're a championship team this season. I don't necessarily think we make the playoffs, but that doesn't mean like you have to. I don't know. I don't know what your point is. And also Chris Paul historic numbers has no merit on this season whatsoever. So I don't know why you brought that up. Chris Paul offensively is, scoring wise, is a shell of his former self that helped him get to those numbers. But assist wise, he's doing great. They're growing so fast. They really are. They're doing a good job. We should get together and have one-on-one dialogue at some point, and I'll tell you all the conversations between Pop and Chris this summer. Stan? P.S. We should be together too. What is going on? I don't know. I am ending the segment here. I have no idea what's going on. Anyways, Spurs look great. They did great. Time to test Wemby and Devin Vassell for substances. Anyways, yeah, good stuff. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this entire segment. Anyways, happy birthday, Victor. Happy birthday, Victor, indeed. I need new headphones, man. These are like falling apart. Look at this. This just happened. Look how bad that is. Let's see here. I like your Spurs podcast better than any of the others. My friend, there's something other guys out there to do it, but yours is the best. Brooke, you are really confusing me. That didn't make it to the last segment, so like the video is going to end with me being confused by you, but I do appreciate that. Thanks, man. I don't really see any of the other Spurs. I haven't caught up with DC Tree in a long time. I don't know if DC Tree still puts stuff out. When I was part of the reason why I made a Spurs channel to begin with is because I remember watching games and afterwards not having like a place to talk to other Spurs fans. Like there were blogs and stuff, but it was just a little weird. And I always wanted to like be able to just go to a channel, talk Spurs, interact with other people. And it was just kind of hard to find, especially me not being from San Antonio. But DC Tree was actually was like literally the only one before I got on. And I don't know if he's been uploading. Let's see. Me and him really disagreed on DeJounte. He loved DeJounte. Hoops and Heroes. And today we're talking hoops. Oh, where is he? His last video was 9 months ago, dude. That's a long time. Dang it. Where are you from? How did you become a Spurs fan? I actually became a Spurs fan. I'm from Memphis, and I became a Spurs fan because of Manu. You can literally look up because of Manu Clan, the Spurs fan. This video. It's been 3 years since I did this video. And it's a song. And yeah, you might like it. Not a Grizzlies fan? Nah, I was never a Grizzlies fan. I was never a Grizzlies fan. However, I did enjoy going to the playoff series against the OKC Thunder. Wait, were they though? Yeah, they were OKC. Were they OKC? Anyways, Memphis versus the Thunder back in like 2011 after they beat the Spurs. I did go to one of those playoff games and it was so crazy. But at that time, the Grizzlies never made the playoffs, or they were never making the playoffs. So the fans were so crazy. It was so much fun. Zebo and Marcus All days were cool. Otherwise, screw the Grizzlies. I don't have anything against the Grizzlies. I remember that series. Oh man, it was so awesome. Clan Obi-Wan Ginobili, one of the all-time greats. True. The Grit and Grind Grizzlies were the best. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. 2011. Yeah, I think it was 2011. Wasn't it? 2011, I was in... What grade was I in? 2011. I was like in 9th grade? 10th grade? Manu was injured with a fractured arm 3 days before the series. That was crazy, yeah. You said I was in middle school? Yeah, that sucks. The Eastern Conference can't help us out when we need it. The Spurs have to lose a heartbreaking playoff series before they win a championship. I was 6 in 2011. There's nothing wrong with being 6 in 2011. You graduated 2014? 2013. Yeah, I'm class of 2013. Manu carried that series. I was 97 in 2011. Now I'm 6. Dang. That's pretty... Wait, now that might be kind of concerning, man. You probably need to see a doctor. 1986. You just threw out a random year. Oh, are you saying you're class of 86? My best friend introduced me to basketball and NBA. He was a Spurs fan, even though I live in Louisiana. He lived in South Texas, so he got into Spurs. That's pretty cool. I'm class of 14. Okay. Wow, you're going to be 30 soon? I actually just turned 30. I'm class of 05, class of 16. I followed Chris Paul over to the Spurs. Okay. Class of 99. Okay. Class of 09. All right. I turned 30 in August. Okay. Yeah, I think most people in this, most people on this channel are between the ages of 25 and 30. Let's see. I don't look at the analytics that often, but I did see it one day. I think I go to YouTube Studio for that. Let's see. Let's see who's in. Let's go to analytics. Audience. I think that's where we go next. Let's go to audience. And when you go to audience, oh, this is horrible, guys. Everybody in the chat right now, or you're watching this, please subscribe. Why is nearly 40% of people that watch these videos aren't subscribed? What the heck? Please subscribe. Maybe. I want to be a legitimate YouTuber. I'm only at 17k subs. I'll be legit when I get to 50, I think. I think that's how that works. Please subscribe. I'm subbed. It's okay. I'm not calling you out, John. I know you're subscribed, but like, how is it 40%? Anyways. As far as the gender, we have 3% women. Guys, are you... No, I don't know. We're pretty good at that. Never mind. I was about to say, like, are we weird when... No. We're not weird. We're pretty good. We're pretty good about that. We're not weird. We're all cool. We need more... We need different genders in here, okay? It can't just be all you guys, all right? Testosterone party over here. A little weird. Okay, yeah, we are a little weird, but that's okay. Everybody's a little weird. My wife listens sometimes in the background. Matthew, we both know that does not count. We both know that does not count. Clan these slackers. I want to get that plaque at 100,000 followers. I never expect to get that big, but if I got to 50, that would be totally fine. I want as many subscribers as the San Antonio Spurs have. What is the official San Antonio Spurs number? If I type in official... Oh, wait, I don't have to do that. Oh, wait, they got over 100. All right, just give me half of that. I'll take half of that. Real talk, though. Give me 50. Give me 50 and I'm fine. Anyways. All right, so the percentages here. Oh, you guys can't even see the percentages because hold on. Can you see that? Does it let me scroll out a little bit? All right, so we can see here, most people are between the ages of 25 to 34. That's like 36% of this channel. 35 to 44 is 26% of this channel. 45 to 54 is 16% of this channel. 55 to 64 is 4% or nearly 5%. And then 65 plus is 2.5%. And then 18 to 24 is 14.7%, which it might be a little different than that because most people that make a channel and they're not 18 yet, they're probably still going to say that they're 18. So some of these might be a little younger. Icky girls. Yeah, they have cooties. I'm 57. Okay, so you're over here. You're in this category. Kind of crazy that people over the age of 25 watch this because I'm a literal child, okay? I have the brain of a baby. I make a lot of silly jokes. I'm 25. Well, you're right there, my friend. You're right here. Yeah, 25 to 34 is most people. Oh, just dropped my hat. I think the range is 25 to 40. Probably. Look like they don't do like specifics. I'm 15. See? But I guarantee you put on YouTube that you're 18, right? I mean, I did that. There's no way in the heck I would go on a website and not say that I'm 18 because you get way too many restrictions. And I was a kid that grew up off of South Park, okay? I watched South Park when I was like 8. I convinced my dad to take me to see Team America when I was like in 4th grade. Isn't that crazy? He actually did it too. I said, yeah, see. Yeah, he actually did it too. My dad actually did it. I convinced him. I was like, everybody's seeing this movie and I really want to see it. And I love South Park. He was like, all right, I'll take you to see it. When we went to see it, he looked horrified. He looked so guilty the entire time. It was a full house too. I love that movie. I loved that movie as a kid. And then I watched it as an adult and I realized how great it actually is. You know, it's like as a kid, it's really funny. But as an adult, I understand the satire. And it's a great film. You guys should really watch Team America. Did you know that the South Park creators are teaming up with Kendrick Lamar to make a movie? Apparently, it's about this guy who works at a museum, this black guy, and he finds out that his white girlfriend family owned slaves or something like that. Let's see. It should be great. Like, there's no reason it wouldn't be great. Oh, actually, guys, I did not know it was this soon. July 2025. I'll be in Japan in July. Hopefully it comes out before I leave to Japan so I can see it before I leave. I'm going to visit Japan. I told you guys I want to live there eventually. But right now I need to visit. So me and my partner are going to go visit. Oh, by the way, you have a very electric and very, very wide range of great movie tastes. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke, why were you being so weird before? See, now we have a whole segment that's going to be uploaded tomorrow. And they're going to get the wrong impression of you. All right? You got to redeem yourself, Brooke. Japan looks cool. It's going to be dope. Manu is my favorite player. No question. Yeah, mine too. Eclectic, not electric. Eclectic. All right, I don't know what that word means. Eclectic. Eclectic. I don't think I've ever heard this word before. Deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. Oh. Well, thank you. The best from all various varieties of the best. Yeah, guys, please hush. No. Oh, dude, yeah, I need to hold on. Let's review that movie. That's one we could do. Let's go to Letterboxd. Yeah, guys, follow me on Letterboxd. Hold on, actually, I'll drop it in the chat. I keep doing this, but if you don't know what Letterboxd is awesome. It's amazing. It's basically social media for movie heads, and you can go on here and you can see all the movies that I've reviewed, or I put a stars on. You can go to my lists and you can see certain lists that I created. This one I really like, amazing films who won't waste your time. So you can jump on here. It's 121 films on this right now, and it's going to keep growing, and I have a long watch list, so there's that. But yeah, please follow me on Letterboxd, and let me go ahead and post the link in the chat. But it's Clan the Film Fan on Letterboxd. Okay. But yeah, you guys should definitely. So this is what Brooke's talking about. That it's pretty mixed. You got a Bollywood film here. You got a few Korean ones. You have Japanese film. Obviously American films. That's Korean. That's Korean. That's Korean. That's Japanese. Yeah, it's a good mix. It's a good mix. Good mix. Wicked made it. I just saw Wicked in theaters. It made this list. I had to put it on there. It's 79th. It's a really good movie, man. That's awesome, man. Very diverse. I love it. I love the open-mindedness. Very open-minded. I'm quite open-minded. I'm open-minded with everything, mind you. So it's not just movies. It's like everything. Not Hush. Oh, wait, hold on. I do want to look up Hush because I need to. From what I remember, it was fine. It was okay. I feel like I would give it a 3. It's been a while since I've seen it. I liked what they did with the sound design. And that was kind of the main draw for me. It's just an okay movie, and I don't really see a reason to give it less than a 3. So I'll give it a 3. It's fine. But what movie was it? I didn't like Hush. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but like from what I remember, I'd just give it a 3. Not more, not less, you know? All right, what movie are we talking about? You said it's not called Hush. What is it called? The movie you described sound like Get Out. I got Get Out on the list. That's the title I was thinking about, not Hush. Oh, Get Out? Yeah, Get Out's a masterpiece. Get Out's a masterpiece. What I really like about Get Out is, you know, some people that don't experience or haven't experienced this, you know, just being black in America, you'll watch this movie and you're like, why don't he just get out? Why don't he just leave? But the scary part about this movie is like a lot of the stuff that happens in it, all of the microaggressions, it's just normal for us. So like you're watching it and there's not one point in that movie where I said, dude, you need to get out of here. Not really. It wasn't until like closer to the end where it's like, yeah, it's time for you to go. But most of the movie is just like, yeah, it's weird, but yeah, it shouldn't be normal, but it's just normal, right? Clan, why do you have Zootopia so high? Because it's that good. That's why. It's that good. No, I like Zootopia. I like the messaging behind it. I like everything about it. Like, one thing that I love about Zootopia is that everything makes sense as well. Like, even if you take the racial allegories out of it, which that's like big reason why I love it so much. But even if you take that out of it, just the way that the animals interact in society and how their world is constructed, they actually put thought and effort into that. While you'll take something like Cars, right, that kind of sucks because none of it makes sense. Like, their world makes no sense whatsoever. But in this one, you could tell that everything was thought about. Every single thing, as far as how this would function, how this would work, what makes sense for these animals, what makes sense for the society. It's just really well done. So yeah, I think it's top tier in animated filmmaking. And then, you know, obviously the racial and gender allegories in it as well is beautifully done. And it brought a tear to my eye. It made me cry. I related to it, especially the fox. I related to the fox. When he said that scene where he was like, you know, everyone expects me to be a fox, so I might as well be a fox. That got to me. I don't know. It hit me on a whole nother level. That's why Zootopia is so high. I think it's genuinely that great. Did you watch Arcane? Not yet. I need to watch. My girlfriend's coming over tomorrow. And I'm going to spend a lot of time watching Squid Game. And then someone said I need to watch Dragon Tattoo. So I need to watch that. And then I have a lot of Japanese films that I need to watch. So. Cars is a masterpiece. I'm blinded by nostalgia. Cars makes no sense. Instinct will make you cry? What's that? Cry during Up? I do like Up. I like Up a lot. Let's rate some Pixar movies, man. I don't think so. Instinct, is it the 1991 or is it the 2019? Which one is it? There's also one in 1999. Is that Cuban Gooding Jr.? Which one is it? Brooke. Yes, Cuban Good. Okay. Junior and Anthony Hopkins. All right. Let's go ahead and I'll add it to the watch list. I don't know when I'll get to it though. Yeah, let's look at Pixar movies. So another thing that's cool about Letterboxd is you can basically type in anything and there will be a list for it. So you'll type it in and there's an app for it for your phone. And you can go to lists and see the list that people have made. So someone posted all the Pixar movies. Oh wait, these aren't all the Pixar movies, but they posted some of them. Coco's really good. And it did make me cry. Okay, I already rated that a 4. Incredibles, it's been really long since I've seen it. And I'm not blinded by nostalgia here. I'm going to go with a 4. I don't know. I feel like it deserves a 4.5, honestly. It's just been a while since I've seen it. I'm going to go with 4.5. I didn't like Incredibles 2 at all. I already reviewed that. Ratatouille, that's a 4.5. It might be a 5. I need to rewatch Ratatouille. Toy Story 2, that'll be a 4.5. Up and WALL-E are up there for me. I watched some of WALL-E. I never got to finish it. The original Toy Story, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Never seen Brave. Toy Story 3 and 4, I don't want to rate those. It's been now. Toy Story 1 and 2, I really remember those. Toy Story 3, I feel like it's just a rehash, but I don't remember it at all. Clan, you're killing me. WALL-E is goated. I'm gonna watch it. I think WALL-E is perfect. It'd probably make the list. I thought Turning Red was pretty good. But as far as my personal enjoyment, probably a 3.5. I thought Turning Red was good. It's just as good as the first season. Let's go. Yeah, I'm planning on binging that bad boy. Give me some movies, guys. Throw out some movies, and I'll rate them. If I remember them, obviously. I like Turning Red a lot. I think it's a bummer it apparently lost money. I think, didn't Turning Red come out at a really bad time? Didn't it come out during the whole COVID stuff? Because I think that's why it didn't do as well, right? Oh, no, it came out in 2022. But it went straight to streaming? I don't think it went to theaters? The Good Dinosaur? I never seen that. What about Disney Classics? Good Will Hunting? Never seen it. I think that's on my watch list, though. Did you watch A Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? Not yet. Old Boy Subtitles did me in. My bad, bro. What you mean? Okay, I remember your name. Chris. What you mean, bro? You couldn't watch it because of the subtitles? Chris. Everyone should shame you right now. Everyone should shame you right now. Hold on, where's that? I think it's time to... Hold on. Where's that? Where's that Tyler, the Creator clip? Yeah. Everyone should boo you, Chris. Oh my God. What do you mean, bro? My bad, my bad. No, my bad. The subtitles did. Really? Good reaction meme. Yeah, it's a really good one. Really, bro? I give you a masterpiece and you come back and say, sorry, Clan, the subtitles. Subtitles? Dude, how do you wait, have you seen Squid Game? Dude, I swear, if you tell me that you watched Squid Game with English dub, I'm crashing out. If you tell me, Chris, that you watched Squid Game in English, I'm gonna lose it. I haven't watched Squid Game at all. You are missing out. Do you watch anime? I'm so close to shaming you. Wait, I already shamed you. I'm gonna shame you some more. Leave him alone, bro. Can't read. He can read. He react to you guys all the time. I haven't, bro. Okay. Brooke in the chat said, Clan, I really love your open-mindedness and the fact that you have so many movies that are, you know, outside of the scope of something that we see is really great. You need to be like that, Chris. I never seen anime in my life. Chris! Come on, man. I'm about to lose it, bro. The reason why I'm upset, Chris, is because you're missing out on some of the best things ever. And you like movies. Like you came in here, you like, I really love film or whatever. You are missing out on some of the greatest things in life. Man. People were complaining. Nether says people were complaining in theater, complaining about the subs when I saw Godzilla -1. Dude, kill me, bro. Oh my God. Just really. Luckily though, Chris, anime English dub has gotten better over the years, so you know you're not missing out that much. Like I think My Hero Academia, it's like phenomenal English dub. Dude, I would lose it if I heard people around me complaining about subtitles. Why do you want to see something? Why do you want to see a worse version of something English, especially when you do it with real life people, the English version always sucks. They can't emote because that's a literal human being that's acting, that's doing subtleties with their acting performance. You can't imitate that. You can do it with anime. You know, you can make that your own. You can kind of make that your own, but you can't do that with real people. That drives me crazy, bro. Read. It pissed me off too. Read. Anyways, Chris, what you say? My bro, I gotta give it a try. Give me a good anime film. I'm not giving you a good anime film. I'm gonna give you a great anime show. Start off with Death Note. Please start off with Death Note, okay? And honestly, you don't have to watch that in Japanese if you don't want to. It's actually, the English is fine. Start off with Death Note. Watch Death Note. It's like 20-something episodes. Or 30-something. Hold on. How many episodes is Death Note? It's 37 episodes. Watch Death Note. All right? Get familiar with anime. And we're going to slowly creep you into Japanese content. And then maybe, hopefully, we can transfer you over to Korean content. Because you are missing out on some great stuff, my boy. Watch Death Note. No one give him any suggestions. Okay, Berserk. No. No one gives him an Attack on Titan. No. None of that. He doesn't have to. Start off with Death Note. That's what I tell everybody. If someone never seen any type of anime whatsoever, you start with Death Note. Death Note is great. That's where you start with. You don't have to start with, Attack on Titan. It's a lot of complexities. All right, it gets kind of crazy after a while. Attack on Titan's great. Do Attack on Titan after this. Death Note first. Perfect Blue? No, don't start with a movie. Start with Death Note. I guarantee you by the third episode, you're going to be like, okay, I'm invested. Where is this going? Well, I started on anime to impress a girl. Well, you know what? Chris, start on anime. Chris didn't say that, but Chris, start on anime to impress me. All right? I'm the girl in this scenario. Impress me. Watch it. Jesus. Aaliyah says, hi, friend. I'm so freaking tired, but wanted to come by to say hello. Hello, Aaliyah. All right, I'll give Death Note a try. Yeah, it's on, is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix. Wait, it's probably on here. Yeah, it's showing it right here. I'm so stupid. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Look at this. Rotten Tomatoes, 100%. Anything less than this, anything less than the best is a felony. As one great rapper said one time. Don't be this 4%. 4% of people didn't give it a certified fresh. Don't be them. Now, I will be honest in saying that at one point during the series, it's not as gripping, but it's still like a, okay, I need to see how this ends type deal, But big chunk of this is awesome. And the only reason why it gets like that is because they venture off from the manga a little bit. It seems a little rushed. But it's great. It's great. Don't worry about that. It's still top tier. One of the greatest anime of all time. Super intriguing. If you want to know what it's about, it's basically about this character named Light Yagami. No spoilers here, but his name is Light Yagami. And I need a picture of Light Yagami. Do not watch the live action version of it, okay? It's horrible. But this character. So this guy finds a it's called Death Note, but in the Death Note, basically, if you write someone's name down, you can kill them. A man tried to be a god, basically. Clan spoiling. It's a yeah. Watch Death Note. So it's about this character named Light Yagami. He finds a Death Note. Spoilers, bro. Yeah, but basically, you write anything down in it, you will kill the person, and a big chunk of it is like this back and forth cat and mouse game between him and detectives. And it's so freaking good. It's so smart. It's so well written. It's crazy. And there's lots of rules to it as well. Like you're hooked, bro. I promise you. I truly do believe if you don't like Death Note, then it's gonna be really hard to get you in the anime, because it's hard to get you into like weirder stuff. What language is it in? Chris, we've been over this, all right? We've been over this. We're not gonna worry about language, okay? You go into it and you enjoy it. We're not gonna talk about language. However, it has English dub, and the English dub is fine. But Chris, after this, no more asking about what language, all right? It's going to be whatever language that it comes in. Gotcha, my bro. Yeah, don't. It has English. You can watch it in English. It's fine. I watch it in English. But after this day, we're going to get you, the dub is terrible. You think so? I don't think the dub for Death Note is terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's actually really good. Does anyone else feel that way? Everyone else feel like that? I mean, obviously, I'm still learning Japanese, so like, once I actually know Japanese, then maybe I could truly compare it. But I think the English is pretty good. I think the dub is fine. I can't stand Light's voice acting. I don't like Light's voice acting near the end. He like does this weird thing at the end. I'm like, ugh. The intro theme is fire. It's decent. Japanese voice actors are goated most of the time. That is true. I can't, dude. Tanjiro in Demon Slayer, Japanese is 5 times better. I was about to say 10. That's not fair. 5 times better. I did get the autograph for the English voice actor for Tanjiro, though. The Death Note seems terrifying. It is so good. Aaliyah, you watch it too. Everybody on this chat right now, in the chat, watch Death Note. If you're on the fence on anime and you think, oh, that's just what weird people watch, it's true. Weird people do watch anime, but you need to be one of those people. I promise you will love it. I also got to meet the voice actor, Uncle Ruckus. That would have been great. My friend got to meet him. In anime, I prefer to read the subtitles. It's better. I listen to K-pop music, so I know some Korean and Japanese. That's what's up. They say it's a lower back injury. What are we talking about? We talking about Wemby now? I mean, not Wemby. We're talking about Sohan? That person must be on a different point of the live stream. Jeremy? Oh, no, he answered me. He's right where we are. Do I need to rewatch Demon Slayer in Japanese? I can't get past season 2 because of dub and the constant crying of the orange lightning guy. He cries in Japanese too, but yeah, you should rewatch it. Wait, I can't get past season 2. Wait. I don't think I got to season 3. Hold on, let me look what season 2 is. Okay, bro. I'm sorry, I'm like geeking out right now. So you're at the train? Is that where you are? Okay, let me tell you this right now, my friend. I think you're at the train. No, you're not at the train. You say yeah? I'm like 2 or 3 episodes. Oh, yes? Okay. I didn't watch the season with the train arc. I actually just watched the movie version of that. So you could probably just watch the movie one and then kind of skip it in the anime. Yeah, bro, you desperately need to see season 2. The animation is so ridiculous. I felt bad watching it. Like, I was watching it and I was like, it's like 6 episodes on movie quality right now. Did these animators get to sleep? Like, it genuinely made me feel guilty watching it. I was sitting back like, were they even able to sleep? Did they just work all day? Because every single episode was incredible on a whole nother level. And it's so intense, man. Yeah, it just gets better and better. Yeah, get past The Train. The Train is a really cool movie. You should just watch the movie version. Watch that. And then, yeah, when it goes down, bro, it goes down. So good. People in the entertainment industry don't sleep, bro. That is true. They got paid big bucks, I heard. Oh, did they? Thank God. Clan, I compare watching good anime as playing a good video game. It's very relaxing and entertaining. It helps you unwind after a long day. It really does. Animation top tier. It's so good. What do you think of Chainsaw Man? Now, Chainsaw Man is one I have not gotten past like episode 3 of. I was going to read it initially, and then when I heard the anime was coming out, I was like, I'll just watch the anime. I have not been back on it. I'll give it another try though. However, I did get I did get the autograph from Chainsaw Man, the voice actor for Chainsaw Man. He gave a really good autograph too. One Piece is top tier. I'm still in freaking not Water 7. Where am I? Something Bark. Thriller Bark, and I'm in constant misery. I just want to get out of this. Get out of this arc. It's so bad. Where do you even watch anime? Watch it on Crunchyroll and Netflix. But yeah, Crunchyroll is kind of your best bet. Hunter x Hunter's goated. Hunter x Hunter is great. Clan, have you watched any post game? Now, is there any that we should watch? That's worth watching. You need an anime list for the movie website. That's the only downside of this one. I think there's anime sites for that, but there's no you can't put anime. There's no anime stuff on here. It's just the movies. So like, which is dumb. They should have like the full series on here. So like, see, so they have Demon Slayer, but wait, hold on. Wait, this is just a series, isn't it? Oh, okay. I guess they do for some of them. Yeah, it's gonna give that a 5. Yeah, because usually they just have... Okay, maybe I can do that. Let's see what happens if I type in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, that's the movie, that's a movie, that's a movie, movie. I don't see a series. I don't see any series. They're all movies. Movies are specials. Well, that's GT. No, that's a movie. Now they got the Daima series. I don't know. I guess it is just a mixed bag, huh? I need to try to review more anime on here. My anime list is super OG versions of Letterboxd for anime. Okay. My anime list is from like 2004. Huh. Don Da Don is goated, but definitely not first anime watch. Yeah, that's the thing. That's when you're trying to get somebody into anime, you got to keep that in consideration. Like Don Da Don is top tier. Like we know it's top tier. I think Demon Slayer is top tier. I think, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is way more sophisticated than I think Demon Slayer and Don Da Don, but it takes a minute. It's really out there. Death Note is the perfect entry point for anime because it's that good, and then it's a little bit more grounded, and you can kind of gradually get into the weirdness of anime. But yeah, Don Da Don is like super strange at times. Don Da Don's top tier though. I agree with you. Top tier. I wouldn't have agreed with you several weeks ago. Because initially when I started, I was like, it's pretty good. I'm liking it. And then when they hit I don't remember what the woman's name, but like that backstory, that came out of nowhere. What was that? That could have been its own like short film by itself. I was like, whoa. That was way deeper than I was expecting the show to go. Had me crying at the end. I was like, what the heck? The show just catapulted from like a 4 to a 5 just like that. I was like, what the heck? That mom story? Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Where'd that come from? Attack on Titan low-key became fascist propaganda at the end. Did it? In what ways did Attack on Titan become... it might be really hard for you to type that into a chat. I don't know why I didn't get that. I don't know why I didn't get that. And to be fair, I didn't watch the last season of Attack on Titan. I actually read the last season. I know that probably doesn't make a difference, right? But the main character supports genocide. But they never... Okay. But they never... Did they ever say that Eren Yeager was, like, right? Did they ever say that Eren Yeager was right? Same, I read the last season of Attack on Titan. Yeah, I couldn't wait. Did they ever say that? I mean, he was seen as pretty awful. You know, he didn't get a great, you know. I don't know if the show supported it. Attack on Titan ended badly because Misayama was a Game of Thrones fan and wanted to end it the way that they ended, which was bad. Okay, maybe I need to watch it. Reading it, I thought it was a good ending. Isayama? Okay. I thought it was a good ending. Nah, even simply made the choice every human would do. He chose the survival of his own at the cost of the lives of the enemies. That's realistic writing, to be honest. Oh God, the way that you phrase that, bro. Yeah, that does sound like that is fascist propaganda. It may... Okay, I'll say this. I think it made sense. Maybe he should have been a little bit more... Guys, I guess you can't really emphasize that it's the wrong thing to do if it saves characters you love. Oh God, that is pretty bad. Okay, it sounds like I need to just rewatch Attack on Titan. 9 out of 10 Attack on Titan fans I talked to think Eren was right. Okay, all right, yeah, that's writing's fault to do that. It's like for Eren, it made sense at that point, right? His character, it made sense for him to do that. Me watching it, my experience was, oh my God, Eren, this is, wow. Is this the only way? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. If you critique something, you need the audience to know what your stance is on it. I guess it's very similar to, or when you create something, you need to let the audience know what the stance is. That's why you could see something like Helldivers and people don't necessarily understand the satire of it because they're not explicit enough on how they feel. That's my one critique about South Park is like South Park, they critique things in society and they make fun of a lot of stuff, but there's two groups of people that like South Park. It's like a group of people that can see it as satire and see, you know, what they're doing with it and what their stance really is. And then there's people that take certain South Park talking points, create memes out of it just to argue like anti-trans stuff, you know, like, yeah, that's kind of, you got to be pretty, you got to be a little bit more obvious on what your stance is on things when it's something as serious that. So if the fan base, because I never really interacted with the Attack on Titan fan base like that, if a big chunk of them is getting out of this that Eren is great and he's awesome and he makes a lot of sense, that's really bad. You know, got into an argument with someone over South Park because they couldn't read between the lines. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times people will take like South Park clips and just roll with it, right? And just be like, see, South Park made a point about this. And it's like, you know, the creators are pretty left leaning, right? Like, But they don't. The South Park doesn't do because, and it's because they create stuff on a weekly basis. They don't. You know, it's so many jokes and so many things. They react to it so quickly that sometimes South Park's off the mark on certain things too, right? And they'll go back to it years later and say, "Oh yeah, we were wrong." They did it with global warming too. When they reacted to Al Gore back in the day, and they apologized for that nowadays. So when you have that type of format, obviously you're going to be a little reactionary to things. But I think a lot of people take South Park, and the worst of the worst types of people will take it and try to make their own like stupid points about it, which really bothers me because South Park's actually really smart a lot of times. So they claimed I was a bigot, but didn't realize South Park is satire. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah. People who don't like South Park don't understand dark humor. People that don't like South Park, oh gosh, I don't want to be like pretentious, but like they don't really get it, you know? But also South Park is a special type of humor, right? Like no one has the same type of humor that South Park does. Like it's very nuances that they'll throw in episodes, and you could just tell that this was something that was funny amongst friends. And it's almost like you're in on the inside joke, you know, like once they're telling the joke and you get accustomed to the characters and everything, you're in on it. You get the inside joke with the characters, and it makes it funny. Like they'll do like weird stuff, weird small little things, or the way they say something, you know, like even the way Randy says Shelly, it's just funny. Shelly, like it's just so funny, but it's like a weird, you have to watch the show to get it, you know? You got to get accustomed to the humor, the type of humor. It's really weird. South Park plays both sides on way too many things too, in my opinion. I used to be a big fan, but I think they've been really irresponsible about. That is true. I do think that they play both sides too often sometimes. But I think that comes with the format, right? Like when something happens or something makes the news and you have to immediately react to it, a lot of people's immediate reaction is going to be one of maybe both sides, or both sides are a little weird, or both, you know, when you're not really invested in it. But yeah, they're South Park creators are like liberals or whatever. They're not like lefties or anything. They're like liberals. So I think a lot of times they do kind of react to things and not be on point with it, but then go back to it later and then they're on point, you know? Like when they did the Olympic stuff, like the trans Olympic stuff, they're libertarians. Oh yeah, libertarians. What's the difference though? But yeah. Yeah, but when they did like the Trans Olympics thing, like it's really funny. Like I thought that was a genuinely funny episode, but God, all the bigots came out and they were like, see, they're making a point. And I was like, did you watch the whole thing? I tried getting my 17-year-old son to watch South Park, and he was wondering why I was laughing so hard. He didn't get the humor. It's like you just don't get it. It's okay, dude. I tried to get my girlfriend to watch South Park. Like they did a re-release of the South Park movie, and I was like, yeah, it's one of the best musicals, which I still believe that. I think it's one of the best musicals. And we went to see it and came out of it, and she was like, it was okay. And I was like, you didn't love it? You didn't think it was like really good? She was like, no, it was okay. It was all right. It was cool. So yeah, I think people just don't necessarily get it. Like I went to see the Book of Mormon twice, the play, and dude, my stomach hurts watching that. It's so funny to me. The Magic the Gathering episode is really good. I like The Losing Edge. That's probably one of my favorite episodes because I relate to it as a kid because I hated playing baseball. My dad put me in baseball. I hated it so much, and I just wanted it to end. I was so bored, and I related to the boys on that one. That's a really good episode to me. Carmen is a great character unless you fail to understand he's not the good guy. Yes, that too. But see, that's the thing. It's like, I think South Park does do. You just got to be that. It's similar to what Nether said. Like you can't be on the fence with so many things, because when you're on the fence with so many things, people take away the wrong message. So like Cartman is a horrible person and you don't supposed to side with him. But for some reason, some of the most awful people think Cartman has a point. Even though you'll have like, you know, Kyle, who's the voice of reason, or maybe Stan too, kind of the voice of reason. But for some reason, Cartman is seen as like having a point. And I don't like that. I thought the episode, I saw a South Park episode recently, and it was another example of that. You're reacting to things too quickly. It was the cigarettes one. Do you guys remember the cigarettes episode? What episode? Bud Out. Bud Out. Season 7, episode 13. You guys remember this? I watched this episode recently. Yeah, I watched this episode recently, and I just thought that they missed the mark pretty atrociously. Like, they did not really attack how predatory those cigarette companies are at all. They were actually against it. Against regulating cigarette companies. And I really hated that. Because the episode is funny. Like, and because, I mean, South Park is just funny. So the episode is funny. But, man, I was rewatching it, and I was like, I cannot believe how poorly they missed the mark on this. And then they end up doing one on vaping more recently, and they hit the mark on it. So I think that's what it comes down to, is you're reacting to things. You have to react to things so quickly, so you don't necessarily always have a well thought out, argument. If they had more time, they probably would come to a better conclusion. But like, yeah, they made the cigarette company seem like they do nothing wrong in this episode, which was really dangerous, I think. At least Matt Stone and Trey Parker usually right their wrongs. They do. But, this is out there. You know what I mean? Like, millions of people watched this episode when it came out and might have formed their opinions around that. So, you can't just keep having to right your wrongs on things. If you don't feel like you have a good enough grasp of the topic, then don't do it. That's why Dave Chappelle got in so much trouble. I don't think he had a good grasp of the topic at all. Actually, I don't think he doesn't. He doesn't have any grasp of the topic at all, and it messed him up, right? I don't know. That's why I like Death Note's ending so much. It clearly shows light is wrong, isn't special. Dude, Nether. Okay, he might be gone now. Don't read Nether's comment. I do agree with you. You gotta draw the line in the sand. You have to draw the line in the sand. Yeah, you have to draw the lines in the sand. I'm trying to think if something else is a good example of that, what you're talking about. But you got to make it clear. You need to make it clear when you're talking about very sensitive topics. Like, if you guys watch Saint Maud, no spoilers, but I like how it ends because it lets you know what the filmmakers think about this character and her delusions. Like, they let you know. Remove content. There you go. Remove comment. There you go. How long has South Park been out now for? Oh, shoot. It came out when did it come out, guys? 96? So nearly 30 years? '97. It's been here since 97. So nearly 30 years. Remember when Michelle beat up Cartman? It wasn't Michelle. It was what's her name? Cindy? You talking about Cindy, right? I don't think Michelle beat up Cartman. Wendy. Why did I say Cindy? Wendy. It was Wendy. Yes, Cindy. Yeah, Wendy. My bad. Wendy. Yeah, that's a good episode. God, Cartman had it coming to him. Gosh. See, that's an episode where they let you know that Cartman's in the wrong. Like, there's no and ifs or buts about it. Wendy, yeah. She beat the mess out of it. That was so funny. You going live after the game tomorrow, Clan? Yes. We'll just have to see what time, because I have to pick up my girlfriend, which is going to take a while. But she might drive back here so I can watch the game. I don't think she'll mind doing that. So, yeah, it'll be a little late, but, you know, we've done worse. Jokic gave Vic praise in his interview. Ooh. Is it on? Trying to see if I can find it. Wemby might finish top 5 in MVP this year. I think he will. If we lost the game, I would have been on Champagne's case. That was a pretty bad missed layup, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, is this it?
I think he's a special player. I think that he's going to be one of the kind, and one of the that's going to be remembered forever.
Jeez. Jeez. I heard the last part of that. All right. All right, so we have someone in the chat let me know about this. High praises from Jokic about Wembanyama, which it always shocks me when I see stuff like this because of how young he is. Like, I can't think of one player, as long as I've been watching basketball, any player that came into the league that got this amount of love this quickly from everybody, kind of unanimously. And if you say negative things about Wemby, you're kind of hating, right? Like, I can critique Wemby, and you guys know, obviously, I love Wemby. There's no hate in my heart here, where I'll say he gets moved on his spots, or he needs a little bit more strength, and, you know, I wish he wouldn't jack up as many threes. Like that, you know, that's from a fan perspective, and I think most people would agree with that. I think even the Spurs franchise would agree, like, oh, yeah, he needs to grow a little bit more strength, right? Not necessarily bulk up or be super bulky, but, you know, he can't be moved off his spots from guards. But when it's people that just like blatantly hating on him and saying that he's not that good, it's just so crazy to me that you have some of the greatest who ever did it in all by him. Like, he's not starstruck by anybody, but it definitely feels as if some of these players are starstruck by him. Even as great as LeBron was coming into the league, he did not get this type of praise. Now the media did, but I'm talking about amongst peers. They were very hesitant. Even his own teammates were hesitant.
I think he's better than this year than last year, and I think he's gonna get even better. Experience how his body is changing, learning the plays. He has really good veterans in his team right now to help him grow. So
he has a really what with his team right now?
Really good veterans in his team right now.
I don't know what he said.
He has really good veterans in his team right now.
Can the chat tell me what he said there? He has a really good. He didn't say record, did he?
He has really good veterans in his team right now to help him grow. So.
Okay.
I think he's a special player. I think that he's going to be one of the kind and one of the that's going to be remembered forever.
He's going to be someone that's remembered forever. Do we have any clip of Jokic is a veteran in this league, all right, champion. Do we have any clip of Jokic giving anybody strategy with his team? Okay. Hold on.
He has really good veterans in his team right now.
Really? He says strategy there?
Good veterans in his team right now to help.
Do we remember Jokic at all giving any type of praise, even 10% of praise, the way that he's given to Wemby? He's going to be one of the people that's remembered forever. I agree with him, but this is somebody that just played on the same court as him, and he sees how difficult it is. It's like when we watch, we see how great he is. But can you imagine? Like, try to put ourselves in a player's shoes, right? We're making millions of dollars. It's awesome. Life is great. But like, try to imagine guarding this dude, or imagine him guarding you. You know how terrifying that is? Trying to score over him? The fact that these guys play on the court as him and they come off of it and they're like, he's going to be remembered forever. It's wild. He said he was going to change the game. Man, I think he said really good vets on his team to help him grow. He said all of that.
Really good veterans in his team right now. He has really good veterans in his team right now.
I guess he did say veterans there. Maybe it was that.
His team right now.
Oops.
Really good veterans in his team right now.
Maybe.
To help him grow. So I think he's a special player. I think.
I love this dude. I love this. Jokic is one of the greatest to ever do it. So I don't take what he says with a grain of salt. I love it. Good stuff. Look, I do not trust the media when the media comes out and they say, hold on, I want you guys to hear me on this, okay? I typically do not trust the media when they come out and they say that this player is one of the greatest to ever do it. This player is one of the trashiest players to ever do it. I don't really care a lot about like what the media has to say, right? They will shift things in certain directions. The fact that they recently, I think Charles Barkley like critiqued the Lakers and said they shoot too many threes, even though they don't shoot that many threes. I don't really care about what the media has to say, but stuff like this, where obviously all of us can see it, but the fact that players like Jokic and LeBron are just so adamant on how great Wemby is, and then they play against him, and then they're giving even more praise, not less praise, more praise, is kind of crazy. I've never seen anything like this before, and LeBron didn't even get this type of treatment. You love to see it, bro. Wemby not going to get cocky. Don't get cocky, Vic. Okay, so yeah, Nether says Wemby not going to get cocky. Larry says don't get cocky, Vic. All right, so I probably need to just like we were talking about, where South Park needs to do a better job of letting you know where they stand. I need to tell you where I stand, okay? I don't think that Wemby is a cocky player by any stretch of the imagination, okay? I don't think that he is. I just think that sometimes he can get a little overly confident, which, you know, obviously switching that around is like, what's the difference? But he can get a little overly confident to the point where he makes statements that's very blatant, even though you're not necessarily there yet, right? So, you know, you just got to take those steps, those next steps, those necessary steps. Don't skip anything, and I think he'll be totally fine. But I don't think Wemby is like a cocky player that anything like that. He came into the league asking Don Barlow for advice, and even Don Barlow thought that was crazy. So I think Vic is fine. I think he's fine. Oh, we can already vote? All right, guys, do not forget, vote. Make sure you vote for the All-Star appearance. Now, obviously, you're going to put Victor in there. Now, the question is, will Victor be an All-Star? Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Not only will he be an All-Star because the NBA desperately needs it with their ratings going down, but I think a big chunk of that is the fact that people don't want to deal with NBA League Pass, right? Most people just watch it on Stream East. But you know, also, you know, they want some type of excitement, and Wemby has already said, if I go to the All-Star game, I'm going to compete. I'm going to be there to compete. So hopefully he can change. Not only is he going to change the game in the NBA, but hopefully he can change the All-Star games, because that's like the worst possible event. Everything else is more fun than the actual All-Star game. So yeah, go vote for Victor. Let's change these All-Star games, for the love of God. They're terrible, bro. They're terrible. Let me go ahead and vote. It's none of you guys' business who I vote for. I'm just kidding. Can I cast my vote? Ah, we're cooking. Wait, do I have to sign in? I can continue as a guest. All right. All right, let's get it. All right, let's start with the guards. Luka is in there. And SGA's in there. That was easy. All right. Wait, how do I go to the... I want to go back now. All right. Okay. Do front court. And now we're going to do... Wemby's in there. I think we're one player away from being a contender. We're a couple players away. We're like 2 or 3 players away. Keep in mind that Barnes won't be here forever. Chris Paul won't be here forever. Someone got to take those spots. But yeah, we're like 2 or 3. Let's see. We need a small forward, right? And then we need a backup center. And we possibly need another point guard. You know, we don't know whether or not Steph Castle is just going to be a combo or be more so a primary point. So we're about 3. All right, going with Vic. I'm going to go with Jokic. That's really impressive that Kevin Durant averaging 27. I'm stuck. I'm stuck between LeBron and AD. Sohan? Sohan isn't an all-star. But you know what? If I don't vote for him, who will? You're right. We're going to go with Sohan. We're going to go with Sohan. Yeah, we're going to go with Sohan. Primo? Can you vote for Primo? There's no way. No, you can't vote for Primo. Oh, wait. It's in West right now. I don't know where Primo is. You can't vote for him. All right. Yep, I voted for Jeremy. I voted Jeremy. Yep, got to vote for my boy. Got to vote for my boy. There you go. He's so happy. He's so happy he got voted for. All right, now let's go ahead and do the East. We'll start with the front court. All right, Giannis, easy. I don't have to think about it. Whoa. Paolo Banchero is averaging 29 points right now? I want to do Tatum, but like, out of love. I guess I can do both. Let's do both. There we go. And then let's do guards. Vote DeJounte Murray. I'm okay. Is LaMelo even healthy right now? Isn't LaMelo hurt? No, Giannis? Wait, I thought I voted for Giannis. I voted for Giannis. I'm going to go with Brunson. And now I'm stuck. I don't know. Paulo been out since like November. Then why'd you guys let me vote for Paulo? I'm not going to vote for him if he's been out. I haven't been watching Magic. I don't watch Magic games. Derek White. Nah. I don't know. Who should I vote for? Cat instead of Paulo. I'm just not a big Cat fan, but I guess out of who's left, makes sense. All right. All right, guards. I need one guard out of the East. Cat has been hooping. I have been watching some of those games. Some of those Knicks games. Let's go with Trae Young. I'm going to go with Trae Young. 23 points, 12 assists. His team is definitely better than they should be. Go with Trae. Jimmy Buckets. I'm going to go with Trae. All right. There we go. Now what? Review picks. All right, here are my picks. I think that's pretty solid, if I do say so myself. You got Wemby and Sohan there. You got Jokic. You got Luka. You got SGA. I love all these players, mind you, in the West. In the East, you got Giannis, Jalen Brunson, Trae Young. All right. Now, how do I cast my vote? What? How do I cast this? Every vote. What? Can I cast it? NBA ID. Okay, I have to do it later. Wait, NBA ID. Okay, I have to do it later. You be registering your local county. Mikasa, she sleep. I told you guys, you put her in the backpack, she go to sleep. Go to where preview was. Oh wait, no, now it's there. Now it says submit vote. Hold on. Oh. Okay. All right, cool. I voted. Voter ID laws in NBA. It's crazy. So let's post it. If it downloads. All right, I'm about to post it. Why is it so pixelated? Why does it look like that? Would it look better on when it's uploaded? Maybe it'll look better once it's uploaded. No, it's still pixelated. Let's delete this. Remember when Georgia passed voter ID and they immediately closed every single DMV and majority black counties in the state? Yep. Hey Clan, have you seen the Jokic post game? Apparently he gave Wemby some high praise. Yeah, we just went over it. I'll just upload that later. I'll upload it. When should we upload it? I don't really have that much to do. It's Friday. We can upload it like Saturday or something. You're about a month late to vote, Clan, but better late than never. Yeah. I haven't been keeping up with the All-Star stuff. But Wemby's definitely gonna be All-Star. Like, all his boys, they'll be included later. We have to be a successful team before they get included. What? I posted I saw unironically I'm enjoying Danny Green commentating more than Sean Elliott's. And look at this comment. This is literally this is Twitter. This is Twitter now. This is Twitter now. All right. You said I'm out. Hey, I'm out too. I need to straighten up a little bit. Probably need to prep some food for tomorrow. Wemby's trending, by the way. If you guys care. It was really good. All right. Good night, everybody. I'll get with you late to y'all. Bye. 1916. After tomorrow, right? We're not that right now. 18 and 16. All right. 19 and 16 will be really nice looking. Not gonna lie. Peace. Deuces.